Andrew, congratulations, first of all. You've signed a deal with Abso-lutely, Tim and Eric's production company.
Yep.
First of all, that's got to be like a dream partner for you. How's that? How did that come about?
It was crazy because like I was on the 1 yard line with a different production company in like LA area, and I was about to sign a deal. I'm not gonna say who it was because I can't, but it was like definitely not like an ideal situation. And then so we were probably a week from getting that paperwork signed, and I got a DM from Eric.
No shit.
Oh,
And he was
wow.
like, hey man, you want to make a show? And I was like, what?
What?
I was in a hotel room
Oh
in
my
Vegas, like,
God.
at this alien conference. And I was like, yeah, here's my number. And he called me and he's like, yeah, man, let's make a show like as fast as we can. Like we want to pick you up right now. Loop me in with like Dave and Tim and
Holy
like 2
shit,
weeks.
bro. So that's how it goes down. I was wondering how it goes down with how those guys pick you up.
I think that on like the high level of people who just do whatever they want, it's all like text message casual. I think
Yeah.
when you get in that mid level, it's all like pitch meetings and
Right.
like this jumbled web of agents and stuff like that.
So you never pitched anything, no pitch decks, none of that bullshit. It was just Tim. Hey, let's go.
Eric.
Oh yeah, Eric. Oh, it was Eric.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
legend.
no, I never pitched anything.
That's amazing. Well, your work really speaks for itself, and
Thanks.
they saw it.
So where are you guys in the stages right now of developing the show, or can you not talk about it?
I mean, it's coming along. Like coronavirus has definitely shut down like what would be necessary for like a production team. So I live in an RV with my 2 best friends, and I have been doing that for 9 months. So we just travel around, just drive wherever we want, make videos. Like I'm still doing that. We just drove to Portland for those protests. We're going to Sturgis Bike Week in South Dakota in a few days. Then we're driving to LA. Might get an apartment for a bit.
Can't wait to watch the Portland cover.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so nuts. Like it was crazy because like I interviewed the feds. Like I walked up to the feds like on the line, and I just like put the mic on him, and this fed was like, I was like, hey, what's your name? Like, who do you work for? And then like they never talk. And then after like 10 questions, he was like, I appreciate you not shining your light in my face like the rest of the guys. And I was like, holy shit, the fed just talked. And like all of the press were looking at me like, you just got the fed to talk. And I was like, I was like, can you repeat that? I don't know what else to say. I just wanted him to keep talking. And he was like, I said, I appreciate that you didn't put the light in my eyes. And I was like, one more time. He said it like 5 times. It was good.
How did you first start in this series of All Gas, No Brakes? What's the genesis for this series?
Well, when I was a teenager, I used to like hitchhike around alone in the country, just travel from state to state. And I would bring like a recorder, like a voice memo app, and I would hang out at bus stops and hotels, and I would like talk to people like on the edge of society, like kind of like outlaw types, kind of like deadbeats with bus tickets, those kind of people, just like road people. And I self-published like a zine, like a storybook that was the transcriptions of all of the stories that I got on the road and stuff like that. And the book was called All Gas, No Brakes. So it was originally like a zine. It's no longer available, but I went to this company called Doing Things. So it owns like a bunch of meme pages and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, I want to kind of adapt my like book into a comedic video series, but also journalistic, like new gonzo type stuff. And they were like, okay, what do you need? And I was like, just buy me like a RV from the 90s. And I've just lived in the RV since then.
That is crazy.
How do you get up, like, to me, that seems like, how do you get up the courage to just go out, hit the road like that by yourself, hitchhiking, bus stops? These seems like it takes some measure of bravery or some lust for adventure or something that most people don't have. Where does that come from?
I don't even know, man.
Have you always wanted to do that? Like,
yeah, I think like when I was little, like I used to always like look at maps, and I would like put my like finger on like a random point on the map and be like, oh, what is that place like? And I would like go on Google Images and like look up pictures of it and be like, I'm gonna go there one day, and then I'm gonna get a horse in Mongolia, and I'm gonna go across the Gobi Desert, and then I'm gonna get to India, and at that point, I'm gonna figure out how to get to Europe, and I just always had these crazy ideas about like travel writing and stuff.
Did you ever, at that point, think that those things would lead to good content? Like, was it in...
Well, actually, before I was kind of right after I was hitchhiking, I never thought about travel as like a content thing. But then I went to Southeast Asia and Amsterdam, like the typical 19-year-old American with some graduation money. And I realized like, damn, all people do is just get fucked up when they travel. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just go to different hostels and just slam drinks and go to sleep. And like, it's always like Australians and Israelis and Argentinians. And it's like this kind of same thing every time. And so I was like, man, I just want to travel to the US, you know, because there's so much to learn here. And it's when I started exploring America and not internationally that I was like, okay, there's actually content like right around me all the time. You just got to dive a little bit deeper.